Welcome back to another edition of GLADmodels Today. I'm Randy Newby.
I'm Walt Mills.
And with us today, Walt, we have a special new co-host.
We do.
Yes, we do. And I'd like to introduce the beautiful Lisa Goucher.
Thank you.
Goucher.
So happy
Goucher.
to be here.
I know that name.
And where does that come from? I mean, who do we know that? Oh, Mallory.
We do.
Oh, yes.
Do you know Mallory?
Just a little bit. I mean, we have a little bit of a resemblance.
Well, you do.
Just
You
a
do.
little, yeah.
You really do.
So it's out of the bag. This is Mallory's mom.
Yes, by the way. Yes. Or sister.
I'll take that. I'll take it all day long.
Yeah, Mallory is beautiful, tall, blonde, and she goes to Texas Tech, a Red Raider. What is it?
Yeah, guns up.
Guns up. Even though yesterday it wasn't looking good.
It started out good, but it went
Texas ended
down.
up beating them.
I know.
I couldn't believe
I
it.
know.
But anyway,
Poor guns.
so from now on, Lisa Goucher is going to be with us. And I know y'all are thinking, oh, thank goodness.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. You may be kicking me out.
I doubt that, seriously. So, what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about Lisa. Tell us a little bit about what you do and who you are, and other than sitting between two old people.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm excited to be here. I appreciate your offer to come in and co-host because I cannot wait to share the information regarding fashion, interviewing models, or whatever's in store. But me personally, I own a court reporting agency called Goucher Parker Spivey. Really sexy and exciting, I know. Everybody loves to hear about legal, right?
How much should we get for that?
I like legal. I'm a legal kind of guy.
Okay.
We are. We like legal. Yes.
But the more fun component of my life is really I share Monat products, and it's a vegan certified product that is wonderful for your hair and your skin and wellness, and really that's my passion, is sharing those products.
So it'd be good for my hair and his. Oh, he has hair.
Well, it helps promote hair.
Oh,
Promote
promotes
growth.
it. So you mean
Yeah,
it makes
so
your
Walt,
grow more? Grow more
Yes,
hair?
yes, that's the
Yeah, I don't need
underlying
that.
basis
But-
of the entire line.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got.
Yeah, mine grows
You've
pretty
got a
good.
lot, yes.
We have a one of our models, Julia Brown. She is also a host of another show that I record every week, and she's also a Monet person as well. She
Oh, nice.
loves it.
There
Loves it.
are a lot of us out there, and we're all really cool. We got a great vibe.
Mm-hmm.
We love the tribe, the squad, the lifting everybody up, inspiring. It really kind of falls in line with what y'all do with Glad Models. You're lifting women up. You're giving them opportunities to, do things.
Well, we hope we do.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
you do. You do.
Well, good.
It's been a wonderful experience since Mallory has been introduced to Glad Models, and then I got the opportunity to meet y'all at that runway show. I've really enjoyed it.
By the way, I have to give a quick shout out. Joe Baker Photography. Joe brought us Mallory, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
And we really thank Joe for that. He's a really great photographer in, give him a plug,
Yes.
Lubbock,
In Lubbock.
Texas Tech. Okay.
I don't even know if I do it right.
I think it's kind of
I don't
looks
know.
bad if you're not doing it right.
I don't even know.
I went to Virginia, so I don't know.
Well, we're OU fans, so this whole Lubbock thing. Is
Oh, no,
like,
and OU got beat yesterday. by
Yeah,
Kansas
that was
State.
sad. That was so sad. When
Oh
we
my
watched
God, I
that
couldn't
game.
believe it. And OU was so far ahead and Kansas State came
I know,
back.
just sad.
Oh my gosh, I flipped it over at the last few minutes. And, well, I had watched it a little earlier and it was like 35 to, I don't know, something. And all of a sudden I turned back, it's 38-35. And I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. So you flipped it over the last few minutes, and we left the last few minutes.
Oh,
Like, this is sad.
y'all went to the game?
No, we were just watching it at home
Ah.
before we had to run back out to the land. So,
Well,
For those of you watching this post-COVID, I'll have a date right here that'll tell you when this happened.
and by the way,
YouTube lives forever.
yes,
yes.
let's, now we've talked a little bit about who you are. I love it. You do so many things, got your own court reporting company. What's it called again? Goucher?
Goucher Parker Spivey. GPS.
GPS.
Keep it simple. GPS.
Oh, I thought that was KSS. Keeps. No, okay. Keep it simple.
Yes,
Okay.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm following you.
I thought Goucher Parker Spivey was pretty cool.
Well, I think
I
that's pretty
looked
cool.
at that and I'm like, that's got to be a law firm. Oh no, it's even better.
And Monet. M-O-N-E-T, I guess.
Monat.
Uh-oh,
Monat.
I'm
It
sorry.
stands for modern nature. So
Oh,
Monat,
really?
modern nature.
It sounds
Monat.
artistic.
Yeah, well, you know, they are artistic
Yeah.
with the creativity, with the science, and the products. They've done a perfect combination. That was a wonderful segue. Thank you, Randy.
Let's talk about fashion.
Yes.
And because I have a notion Lisa knows maybe a little bit more than Walt and I do about fashion. I mean, come on, look at me. This doesn't scream fashion. I don't know what does. Oh, and also Walt. Okay. Corporate America shirt over here. I like it.
Casual
Oh, wait a minute.
business.
He's got, what are you pointing at? Is that your
Oh,
initials?
polo.
Polo.
So he's
Oh,
even
we can't
brand.
we can't give out
Brand.
We'll have a little black thing floating right here.
polo. Yeah. So anyway, Lisa, please tell us what you think the fashion trends are going for this winter, this fall
Okay,
winter.
yeah, let's talk about fall fashion.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen, I hope you are a fan of camo and leopard. It is not going away. I know you've seen it. I know you've seen it on the runway. I know you've seen it with models. It is still going to continue to influence the fall fashion, which I'm super stoked about because, you know, you can wear a lot of camo, a lot of leopard print, or you can just put on a pair of earrings or a bracelet and just give a hint of going in that direction. Not everybody wants to wear it from head to toe, but it's here to stay for this fall. Another fall fashion trend, and it started this summer, the puffy sleeves. Ladies, have you seen the puffy sleeves? Gentlemen?
Well, you do know that's the style of the 60s,
Yes.
the late 60s.
And I love it.
Me too.
And it's going to continue into the fall. You're going to see it on dresses, on shirts, and you're probably going to even see it in some jackets or blazers. I mean, they're getting really creative with the puffy sleeves, and I love it. I think it's very feminine. I just happen to have a kind of a puffy sleeve blouse on today. So that is also what's going on. And then I talked about jackets and blazers, so let's talk about cover-ups. I think you're going to see a lot of capes and ponchos. That started last winter as well, and it's carrying in to this fall. And then really everything else is, you know, the colors are still fall driven with the maroons and the blues, but denim is still totally on track. And so ladies, I'm sure you've seen it. It's the flares, the denim flares. In the 70s, they were called bell bottoms.
Yes.
Right? Do you
Yeah.
love them?
Oh, I love them. I still do.
And I love them too. And they come in denim, and not just denim, just other prints as well. And they also come in corduroy, just everything. You're going to see them. And then another fall option is going to be the wide-legged crop. So I've got crop on right now, but it's not wide leg. And you're going to see that for the fall. Wide leg crop jeans, wide leg crop pants. They can be dressed casual, business, you know, you name it. You're going to see a lot of that. And then finally, I'll just tell you another option that came out is the frayed hem. Okay? So like I bought these jeans exactly like this. They have the frayed hem, gives it a little character, gives it a little oomph. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's just really going to continue on to have a frayed hem, no hem, or cuff it and have a hem that looks like that.
So I have a question. When you said crop jeans or whatever,
Yes.
what do you mean by crop? I mean,
Crop means that it's not going to come all the way down
okay.
to the
okay.
floor. Cropped. You're going to see a space part of the leg, and so when it's wide bell, you know, they're going to be flared.
You think that's going to come back a lot, the wide, like,
Yes.
I think first we call it bell bottoms, then they went to the flare, and then they went to the boot.
Yes.
The boot jeans, they call it a little wider and all that, you know. Hey, listen, I'd love it to come back because when I graduated high school, I mean, that was just, you know, the bell bottoms and, like you said, the puffy sleeves. Of course, the mini skirts. Yes. Wish those would come back. But, you know, anyway.
Well, the flare, you know, and I find it interesting that they just call them flares instead of bell bottoms, because we all know them as bell bottoms. When I was a kid, I had bell bottoms, and do y'all remember that when you, on a rainy day, and if you had a pair of bell bottoms on and they got soaking wet, when you walked, they like wrapped around your legs. I mean, that's the extent of the flare or the bell bottom. So that's what we're going to see again. We're going to see that type of flare coming back out for this fall.
I like that. When you were talking to leopard, I mean, now, is it going to be like in a lot of prints. I mean, a lot of skirts, dresses, things like that. You're going to see a lot of it.
Yeah,
Boots,
you'll see it
shoes.
in everything. You'll see it in pieces of clothing, accessories. I mean, really, women have a choice as to how much they want to wear or how little they want to wear. Spandex, cotton, Spanx, you name it. Everything is still coming out in camel and animal print, not just leopard, zebra, all of the animal prints are still a huge hit for fall. And for the women who don't necessarily embrace it, you may see them wearing the earrings or the bracelet or carrying a handbag. Now, y'all can't see my tote, but my tote today has some leopard print on it.
And ponchos.
Yes.
So Clint Eastwood, back in the day, really made a statement. Today, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, similar.
I'm sorry. We'll take that out.
You're good.
We'll
You're
take
good.
that out.
We just did a photo shoot with Marcella for her fall line, and I don't think it's out yet. I'm not sure if we could talk about it, but there were various things that you've just said in that fall line.
Yeah,
Like
Tara-
capes and ponchos?
Yeah, Tara Davis was her model, our model. We do runway models and we do lifestyle models. One thing about runway is, when you're walking the runway, you're basically a walking mannequin. You're, what is it? One person said you're like a clothes hanger walking, type thing. And the last thing that designers want is something that's taking away from what you're wearing. It brings me to the category of models need to have one color hair. I mean, when
Agreed.
it's real quickly. I've had models ask me, say, "Well, why do you not smile on the runway?" And I heard it explained very good is because when you're walking on the runway, and like in New York, let's say, they have a lot of buyers sitting in the audience. Well, those buyers want to see the dress you're wearing or whatever you're wearing. But if you smile, they automatically will gravitate right to your eyes or to your mouth. And then by the time they look back down, that model has already gone by and they missed what they wanted to see. That's why they don't smile on the runway, unless they're told to.
And for those of you that are not runway savvy and have seen it, not really noticed it, we'll play down here in the corner or one place a walk, and you'll see they're on just for a very few seconds. And you'd think that it takes longer than that, but no, they have a lot of different things, and that's all it takes for somebody seeing it to see that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so I'm kind of getting to the point, colored hair. Your hair is beautiful, I love blonde, But when you show up and you've got green and blue and pink and, multicolored hair, it ain't gonna work,
Oh, exactly. Don't be a distraction. You were hired for the appearance and the talent that you have. So when you go making a change to the appearance that's going to divert the focus of the product that you're selling, they're not going to need you. Your services are not going to be needed
Right.
because it's taking away from that entire production and the beautiful clothing that they're putting on you. Just don't be a distraction. That's a distraction. It's not going to be looked upon as something the industry wants. It's not moving that direction. If you want to be employable in the fashion industry, especially runway, don't you agree?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So-
Don't you all?
I do. And speaking of that segue, it is, this is the latter part of September 2020, and coming up, we have some runway training classes where we teach you how to walk. Walking is not just walking. It's different. It's not the same. We teach that. We teach the look. We teach how to react, how to make a fast change, what you're expected to do at a runway. And it's a number of classes, and we'll have some information on our website, which is GLADmodels.com.
Yes, we have that coming up. And it is. It's really informative for all models. I mean, not just our models, but all models. If you're going to be a runway model, you really need to learn, because there's many different styles of walking, many different styles, and why you do that style. Plus posing at the end of the runway. Some will get up there and just go whoop and turn around and go back. Well, you got to do like a 3-4 second pose. And Walt knows that better than me or Lisa, because he's a photographer at the end of the runway.
Absolutely. There's nothing worse than that quick swing at the end, and you're typically shooting at a lower shutter speed because lighting is not a premium, and you're trying to push that ISO as fast as you can to get as much image. But if they're not frozen, then that movement is going to be seen by the camera. A little bit's not too bad, but if the head turns, that's what you get.
So you're not going to get the shot.
Absolutely.
Hence, they're not going to see the shot.
Correct.
And as far as future work is concerned,
That it's jeopardy.
it's
It is.
challenging.
It
That
is.
makes total sense.
Absolutely. And the person that really is benefits out of that great pose is not the photographer or the model. I mean, the model certainly can become famous with that pose, but the designer, because that's what she has done. She's put a lot of money and effort into this. She's built the clothes and booked the hall, etc. And one of the things that she wants besides the exposure is those pictures at the end to go in either a magazine or on her website, etc.
So in essence, it's really not about you. It's not about the model.
Right.
It's if you're successfully selling their designs,
Absolutely.
they're going to want you back.
That's
right?
right. That's
They're
right.
going to want you back, and that's what you want.
Absolutely. And one of the things, too, that we found is, and there's a video which was linked on our website, that fashion models, even high-end fashion models, they don't make their money doing the walk. They pay their own way into New York. They pay for their hotel. They walk for nothing. Sometimes you get a bag of goodies. Sometimes, in our case, locally, you get to keep the clothing, which is kind of cool. But the big thing is the fashion shoots that come after that. We want you to shoot for our magazine. And so they might do a 4-page layout with 3 or 4 pictures, or they'll do an interview with them. And that's where they're compensated, is after the event itself. And so the more popular you are, the better job you do, the more chances you are of having that money-making opportunity afterwards.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have a question for you gentlemen. Since the runway shows are something that you do, I'm curious, do you make the decision for the designer, the models that are selected for the runway, or is it a combination? Are you working with the designer and then you're presenting them and they're deciding what look they want to go with?
Well, we provide the models, but that doesn't mean they're going to be picked.
Gotcha.
I mean, they'll say, well, we want so many models, so much, and this is one thing also, runway models are predominantly 5, 7 and up.
Yes.
Usually dress size 2 to 4, 0 to 4 right in there. That's what they really design for. Now, that doesn't mean that's not what they're going to design for everybody, but for the runway.
Sure.
I did want to bring up one thing real quickly, and this was just a funny little thing on a runway one time we did. They always put a mark where the model will stop for the photographer. Well, I was watching Walt on one of the runways, and one of the models kept coming and coming, and he kept going back. and I was like going, you better stop or you're going to be right in the lens.
And if you have a move, make the move when you're on the mark. We had one model, and she did a great job. She did the pose. She had a cape on, and she turned and flipped that cape up. Of course, the audience just applauded, and she did it on the mark. And so that's the kind of thing that makes it. And one thing just to add, the ultimate selection, of course, is with the designer. No matter what we can do, we can cajole, and sometimes we have some influence, but it's with the designer. But we're also responsible for getting her the models that she needs, and also that fringe that maybe they're not a 4, but they could fit in a 4, or maybe they're not quite 5'7", but with heels they look good. So include that as well. And then sometimes there'll be a model call, everything is done, and they might need 2 models. They'll call us and go, we need 2 models. So instead of having to go to the model call, which we got another whole episode on that, but go to the model call, we simply give them a couple of names, they look at the picture and go, yep, they're in. So that's another thing, an advantage of being in the agency, is we have that connection.
It's all about connections.
It is.
It is.
Connections and networking.
Yes, it is. It really is. One thing I want to shout out also is we were talking about our runway training, and our model, Marissa Shelton, is going to be our runway coach.
Correct.
Marissa has been modeling for, I won't say Marissa, for many years. She has trained, extensively for many years. And that's something about, if you want to be a runway model, if you want to be the best you can be, you have to train.
Right. It's not a class, it's training.
Yeah, it's training, and you got to look at it that way. It's it is training, and you have to do a lot of it to learn to be the best on the runway. And one thing I do push with our agency is all models need to practice their craft at least 30 minutes a day. Whether you walk up and down a hall towards a mirror just so you can see yourself in high heels, practice your walks, sit in front of a mirror, like over there, like in your bathroom or wherever you are, and do nothing but posing. That's something else we're going to be teaching also.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and just sit in front of a mirror and learn posing. And I'm going to let Walt talk a little bit about, because you really need a really good model knows her lights, her angles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And we do have a class. There's probably a video at this point running somewhere in here that's showing the promo for that. But we have a posing coach, and it's really a combination of things. You can't have the same look every time. If you're in front of the camera and you're always giving it that look, that's not going to work. You need different looks. We have some tricks on how to get those different looks. In addition, as I tell my models, when you smile with your eyes first and everything else will follow, because you don't want that big toothy grin, but you do want a pleasant smile. At the same time, and that's for modeling. Of course, we're shifted now from runway to modeling. For modeling, you've got the different poses. Sometimes it's going to be very awkward, but that'll be the best pose that you ever have. Making triangles, looking for your best side, watching the key light. Today we're flat lit, but we'll usually have a key light which is brighter, and you want to be able to know where that key light is. So we teach all of that in the class. And also, we've heard some noises in here. We're in our studio here in Hurst. And there are about 7 different backgrounds and areas. They're real rooms. They're not just a piece of plastic on the wall, although we do have that as well. But we're in front of a gray background now that has a blue tint to it. We also have some boudoir areas. We have a kitchen for the 50s look. We have a huge window that is actually just a wall of LED lights, but it looks like a window. And so it's really kind of cool to shoot from, which you can't see here, and we'll have some pictures, but we've got a steel wall over there that's kind of neat. This pulls up and we're in the living room.
And the name of the studio is?
Covenant Studios, and we're here in Hurst, and it's also known as Covenant Studios where GLADmodels shoots. Everybody says that, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay, and we're in Hurst, just right down from the Northeast Mall, so it's very easy to find. And we, in addition to the GLADmodels things, we do headshots. And I do bar mitzvahs and weddings and corporate events and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was,
right.
I'm
so,
sorry.
all right, so we're right at where we're located.
Yeah.
Conveniently located near you.
Lisa, I appreciate you talking about, the upcoming fashions and what to look for the fall and winter. What about jewelry?
Oh, jewelry. Spot on. It can be total statement pieces. Anyone who knows me knows, I love bracelets. So bracelets can be statement pieces. The earrings can be statement pieces. Jewelry is not going away. And you just see more and more and more selections, crazy colors, prints. Jewelry is just going to continue to be incorporated into part of the outfit. It closes it. It closes it for a finished look. And when you're ready to leave the house, you make sure that you have it on. Most women do. Wow, what a great time. I'm excited to be here. Appreciate the invite. I'm Lisa Goucher with GLADmodels Today with...
I'm Randy Newby.
Walt Mills.
Y'all have a wonderful day.